How's it going, Databite? Says no data here, and welcome back to another episode of Roblox Assassin. So we are still covering the March update. I guess you could call it the March update. I don't know if it's necessarily the spring update, but it is a big update that is definitely going to define the month. A couple of episodes ago, we crafted the glorious Elegant Saber Dream Knife. However, that is not as far as we can go. We can actually go farther than that. And in this episode, we are going to take the next step forward to craft the Rainbow Saber Dream Knife. So as you guys can see in the crafting, there is a brand new exotic knife called the Starlight. And in order to craft the Starlight, you need a fairy, a lava blade, and emerald knight. And these are actually very well known tier 1 exotics that are in certain cases. I believe lava blade you can actually craft with legendaries. You could also get it from case 3 right here. This was actually released in the February 2017 update. The lava blade in case 3. Fairy is in case 4. I don't think you can craft this. You can only unbox this, but it is in case 4. And emerald knight is in case 5. So case 3, 4, and 5. Once you get the exotics for these, you can craft the brand new Starlight. So in this episode, we are going to take that next step forward, and we are going to craft this brand new exotic. And of course, like we do with every other knife, we are going to talk about the Starlight in terms of value. We're going to talk about what it's worth now, what it's going to be worth later down the road, and how this knife is going to impact the economy overall. If you guys are excited for this episode of Assassin, then be sure to drop a like on this video. It helps out a whole lot. And comment down below Starlight. Also guys, if you're new, be sure to subscribe, because once we hit 70,000 subscribers, we are going to give away a free Elegant Saber. That is right guys, we are going to give away this Elegant Saber for free. So be sure to subscribe so that we can reach that milestone. Anyway, without further ado, let us craft these Starlight. Now we are going to have to, unfortunately, say goodbye to a couple of my exotics. We're going to have to get rid of Lava Blade, Fairy, and Emerald Knight. So I'm no longer going to have these for the time being, which is fine because, you know, we're getting a brand new exotic. I am going to have to work on getting these knives back in the future, and they're pretty high in demand, so that's going to be a little bit difficult. But you know what? I need more tier 1s. Just in general, I need more tier 1s. I have another synergy here. I have 2 of them, actually. Striker, that might be useful. And I have a lot of misfortunes, which might also be useful. But yeah, I am going to have to say goodbye to these exotics for now. But hopefully I will get them back later. But to let us craft this brand new Starlight exotic. 3, 2, 1, boom. There we go, guys. We just crafted the brand new Starlight. So let's scroll down. There it is. Let's equip it and let's try it out in battle. Anyway, here it is, guys. The brand new Starlight exotic knife. Now, right off the bat, you can see that this knife is actually pretty big, which, you know, honestly, that's to be expected. As you can see in the picture, it is a pretty large sword. So yeah, you can see here that it is a nice golden sword. It's got some golden here. It's got some white. It's got some blue. As you can see, I believe those are some stars. Is that the Big Dipper? I didn't notice. I think that's a Big Dipper on the knife. That's a pretty cool attention to detail. Literally having a star constellation on a knife. I don't think we've ever had that before. But yeah, you can see some stars on it. There's a little blue gem here, which is pretty cool. So in terms of looks, this knife is actually really cool. Honestly, it's kind of just a better version of Gilded, if I'm honest. Because Gilded is also a golden sword. We take out Gilded. You know, obviously, Gilded has a lot more yellow and gold involved in it. And Starlight is a little bit more detailed than that. But I don't know. This kind of just looks like a better Gilded, if you ask me. Because it's a tier 1 and it's a golden sword. Actually, I think at the moment, this thing is a tier 2. Kind of like how Steampunk is. But I think it's going to be a tier 1 in the future. But I'll talk about that later. But we are going to murder this guy right here. Despite the fact that he's begging for mercy. Never mind. He's the wrong player. Alright, I gotta kill Mr. Brandon and a bunch of numbers. Alright. Oh, you killed me. You were following me this whole time. I can't believe it. I've been bamboozled. Ooh, a special round. Alright, you know what? We're gonna play Juggernaut because I want to. Don't judge me. Man, you know, I still can't believe that Dreamwalker is officially unobtainable. Like, I've acknowledged the fact, but I feel like it has yet to sink in that Dreamwalker is unobtainable. I never really thought it would happen. So it's kind of just weird to comprehend it because Dreamwalker has been obtainable for like a year, and now I have to like switch gears. Same with the other mythics. Like there are some mythics that have been obtainable for like 2 years now, and now I have to acknowledge the fact and let it sink in that these knives are unobtainable. Anyway, there's a Juggernaut right there, so I'm just gonna go straight in and damage him. All right, he's retreating. I definitely do not want to approach him because that would result in my death. Is he gonna camp? I mean, fine by me. You can camp. I'm pretty sure if you camp, then we win. I don't really know. He's getting damaged significantly, so hopefully I can murder his face. Oh, he's dead. But nah, seriously, it's a really weird thing to think about. This is unobtainable, and that's just something my mind can't process, because for 2 years, it's been obtainable. Like, seriously, more than 2 years, it's been obtainable. So it's weird for me to think about. And I always wanted Dreamwalker to become unobtainable, so I'm kind of happy that it happened, honestly. But at the same time, I'm not happy, because before this update, I actually traded a couple of my Dreamwalkers away for some other stuff, like 23 exotics worth. So now that it's going to start going up, I kind of regret it. But whatever, it is what it is. We all make mistakes in life, and you really couldn't predict that the update was going to happen. Like, nobody predicted that Dreamwalker was going to become unobtainable. Prisman just sometimes throws curveballs like that. You know, one day a knife is obtainable, the next day it's not. It's kind of just how the cookie crumbles, it's how the economy works. And you know, those surprises just kind of make the economy that much better. It makes the game a lot more fun to play. And now in its place we have other knives. We have the Elegant Saber, the Starlight, the Rainbow Saber, the Runic Blade, stuff like that. I think it would have been really cool if stuff like Steampunk and the Elementals became unobtainable. That would be really interesting because, you know, the Elementals kind of rely on themselves. And Steampunk, yeah, it makes Proton useful, I guess, but I don't know. This thing should be unobtainable. Like, people would like this. It would be really high demand. I don't know. The entire crafting has changed as we know it, in all honesty. Like, everything has changed. Dreamwalker's gone, Ice Engine's gone, Frizendo's gone, and a bunch of things replaced them. So, it's pretty insane. Alright, but Dragon Slayer, you're gonna die, good sir. GG. I unequipped the effect because, I don't know. I should probably equip the magic effect again because magic effect is best effect. Everybody knows that. Well, technically, the rarest effect in the game would be Purple Flames because that was a comp prize. You know, it would be really interesting if we got another effect as a comp prize. Not necessarily the 1,000 point prize. I feel like at this point, we kind of need an exotic to be the 1,000 point prize because that's what people expect. That's what's the highest in demand. But imagine, like, maybe a 500 point prize being an effect instead of tokens. That would be really cool. Alright, but now we are playing Infection because I haven't played Infection recently. Even though it's in the bank map, which I don't like. I don't like the bank map. But it's still going to be fun. So there is a zombie right there. I should probably just avoid him. That just makes my job easier. Oh, yep, he killed the other purple man. Alright, now there's a purple zombie, which, beware. Oh, you had to spawn there. Of all places, the spawn, it had to be there. Listen, that's just bad luck on my part. Honestly, that's just bad luck on my part that he just happened to spawn there. There wasn't really much I could do about that. Anyway, guys, let's talk about the value of the Starlight exotic, alright? What is this knife going to be worth? Now, in the value list, I believe that the Starlight is currently worth 6 exotics, and it has an unstable value. Probably should be hyped, honestly, because it's a new knife, so it's hyped. I don't know, the values are unstable in the value list for some reason, which makes no sense. Like, obviously they're higher in value because they're new. So yeah, this knife is currently worth 6 exotics, however, it will drop in value once a lot more people craft it. And the value of this one is pretty easy to predict. I think that this knife is going to be worth 3 exotics. Why? Because you need 3 exotics to craft it. Pretty self-explanatory. I feel like, you know, 3 exotics, that's easy enough. If a bunch of people craft it, then it could go lower than that, but I doubt it. It's literally just 3 exotics to craft, so I feel like it just makes perfect sense that the knife is going to be worth 3 exotics. So yeah, if you're going to trade for this knife yourself, honestly, you know, you're better off just trying to trade for the separate ingredients because, you know, those have been around for a while. There's a lot of them in circulation. Even though a lot of people are crafting the Starlight, there's probably a fair amount of Lava Blades and Fairies and Emerald Knights in circulation. So, you know, if you could trade for those, that'd be very nice. If you're going to trade for the Starlight by itself, you know, don't trade too much for it. You know, 3 exotics, that's a perfect amount to trade for the Starlight. However, again, this knife is currently worth 6 exotics. So if you happen to craft this for yourself, it might actually be smart to trade this away for 6 exotics. Because that's what it's currently worth. So if you trade it for 6 exotics, and then this knife drops, you're kind of making profit off of it. So, you know, it's pretty good. It's a pretty good idea, just suggesting that to some of you people. You know, sometimes when a knife is new, it is smart to take advantage of that high demand and try to get some good deals off of them. So yeah, overall, this Starlight, very cool knife. Honestly, I love the look of this thing. It is super cool. You got the constellations here, you got the nice gold color. Like, it's a great tier 1. Again, I'm considering this a tier 1. It is currently worth 6, but I feel like if it's only going to be worth 3, it's probably going to end up being a tier 1, sort of like Unicorn and Striker, where it's not technically worth 1, but it's in the tier 1 category, and it's worth more than 1 exotic, you know what I mean? Anyway, in terms of its impact on the economy, obviously it is going to boost the demand of many of the exotics. Like I said, Lava Blade was considered the worst exotic in the game before then, because it was the lowest in demand. And you kind of have to realize, there's a lot of tier 1s, like Doombringer and Overseer, Earthen Blade, Dark Blade, Lava Blade, and they're all equal. They're all equal in value. However, they do have varying levels of demand. So even though they're equal, there's sort of a spectrum of demand. Like, for example, Dark Blade has very high demand, mainly because of Unicorn, honestly. But that's kind of just been one thing about Dark Blade. It has been super high demand just because it looks nice and you use it to craft the Unicorn, stuff like that. Chaos Axe also has very good demand at the moment because it is new. I'd say a knife that is pretty low in demand at the moment is Ice Dagger. A lot of people do not really have Ice Dagger, and a lot of people don't even want Ice Dagger anyway. Like, if you offer Ice Dagger, you're probably not going to get a lot for it. So, yeah, you can see, you know, these are all equal, but they have different degrees of demand. So, it kind of changes things a bit. So, yeah, Lava Blade, Fairy, and Emerald Knight, which were previously useless knives in terms of crafting, are now crafting ingredients. So, you know, their demand overall is going to increase, and they're just going to be better knives overall. Barrow is now also a crafting ingredient for Runic Blade, so that's also pretty useful. So, what knives can you not use for crafting? You can use Chaos Axe, but you know what? That's alright, because, you know, that's new. Heroic Case Exotics, these really aren't that good, except for Ancient Steel, because you use this to craft Runic Blade. All of these, like, they're really not that good. Phantom is pretty good because it's a little bit newer, but it's honestly not that useful for crafting. So, in terms of demand, it's probably not going to be that good in the future. Synergy, not that useful. Paladin, also not that useful. Pretty sure everything else here can be used for crafting. Frost Dragon, you can't use that for crafting anymore, which is a shame. And Ice Lord. Ice Lord is really not going to be that good anymore because you can't use it for crafting. And again, keep in mind, all of these knives I'm listing are worth 1 exotic. But again, they have different demand, or different popularity, I should say, because of their use in terms of crafting. Usually, if you have a use for crafting, like if you can use a tier 1 to craft a higher up knife, then it's going to be higher demand. More people are going to want that because they need that to get the better knife. So yeah, that's my little lesson on tier 1s and demand. But in short, Lava Blade, Fairy, and Emerald Knight are going to be higher in demand as a result. That's really all I'm getting out of this, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, in sum, those knives are going to become higher in demand. Starlight, 6 exotics at the moment, probably going to drop to 3. However, guys, before we end off this episode of Assassin, I'm going to open some cases. And you know what? I'm missing these exotics now, so might as well open a couple of these cases. I guess I'll start with case 3. I haven't opened a case 3 in ages, because it used to be a really bad idea to do so. But, you know, might as well give it a shot. I don't think I'm going to get the exotic. I don't have that kind of luck, but might as well give it a try. 3, 2, 1, boom. What are we going to get from case 3? Again, it's been so long. We passed Lava Blade, so we're not going to get that. We're going to get a shark. We're going to get a common. Alright, I love getting commons. Alright. Okay, I guess case 4. I hate case 4, because sand used to be good, and pop used to be good, and bubblegum used to be good, so I don't like this case, but I'll open it anyway. 3, 2, 1, boom. Maybe we'll get a fairy. No, we pass a fairy. Alright, we're not getting that tonight. We're gonna get Viper. This looks so much like Pebble. This looks so much like Pebble. I don't like Viper. I'm gonna get rid of that. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Assassin. And I'm guessing that you guys already know what the next episode is. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Those are the things that YouTube people do. And I will see you guys in the next video. Stay purple.